Lesson 6: Operations Strategy in Tourism and Hospitality Industry. Operations strategy is a crucial aspect of management in tourism and hospitality industry as it ensures that an organization's goals is aligned with its overall business strategy. It involves creating a plan to allocate resources effectively, improving customer satisfaction while maintaining competitive advantages like cost efficiency and differentiation. This process begins with understanding both the internal and external factors that influence the organization. Internal analysis identifies strengths and weaknesses within the organization, while external analysis examines opportunities and threats in the market environment. These assessments are essential to make informed strategic decisions that secure the future of the business. Cost leadership, differentiation, and focus are the three operations that provide clear paths for organizations to stay competitive and value their customers. For instance, cost leadership appeals to budget-conscious consumers. Differentiation highlights unique services that set a business apart. And focus strategy serves a specific market with tailored offerings. These strategies explains how crucial it is to understand customer expectations and continuously improve operations to stay ahead. But by integrating these approaches, businesses in tourism and hospitality can maintain competitiveness and achieve long-term success. Furthermore, it is also crucial to balance cost, quality, and time in developing an effective operations strategy. Businesses need to manage cost while delivering high-quality services, which not only satisfies customers but also enhances competitiveness. Flexibility is also important as it allows companies to adapt to customer needs, improve service quality, and reduce lead times. It is inspiring to know how unique and niche offerings can help businesses to stand out and foster customer loyalty. Additionally, this lesson emphasized the importance of integrating operations at the organizational, process, and job levels, from setting clear objectives and optimizing workflows to ensuring employees are trained and motivated. Every level plays a role in translating strategy into action. Reflecting on this, operations strategy is not just about achieving business goals, but also about creating meaningful value for customers, employees, and society as a whole. Lesson 7: Quality Management and Control. This lesson gives a deeper understanding of how essential quality is for achieving success in any service-oriented business. It emphasized that quality management is not just about meeting basic standards, but it's about continuously improving and ensuring that products and services meet the ever-evolving needs of customers. The lesson showed that businesses should have clear systems like quality management systems in place, with strong leadership to create a culture focused on quality. Using tools like PDCA or Plan, Do, Check, and Act cycle, businesses can improve their processes, which helps to keep customers satisfied and loyal. The concept of zero defects, introduced by Philip Crosby, stood out to me. It means that businesses should try to prevent mistakes before they happen, aiming for perfection of their processes. Although achieving zero defects might not always be possible, the goal is to reduce errors as much as possible. This is especially important in hospitality, where even small mistakes can upset customers. By focusing on quality and minimizing errors, businesses can deliver better services. The lesson also covered important principles of quality management like customer focus, leadership, and continuous improvement. These principles are useful in hospitality where meeting customer expectations is crucial. Another key point was the role of quality control in making sure products or services meet customer needs and company standards. Quality control helps businesses avoid mistakes that could hurt their reputation. By understanding what customers want, businesses can create strong relationships with their guests, leading to repeat visits and positive reviews. Overall, quality management and control is a part of successful business. In hospitality, providing great service and constantly improving to meet customer needs as overall, quality management and control is a part of business. Overall, quality management and control Overall, quality management and control is part of successful business. In hospitality, providing great service and constantly improving to meet customers' needs is what helps businesses to stand out. Maintaining high standards ensures that the businesses can grow, satisfy more customers, and become more successful. Lesson 8: Budgeting. Budgeting is a vital tool in managing businesses and achieving goals. Budgeting involves preparing, writing, and monitoring financial plans, which helps organizations control expenses, set targets, and measure progress. This involves planning, coordination, communication, motivation, control, and evaluation. As a student, I have learned that budgeting is essential for both businesses and individuals to ensure financial stability and success. For example, creating a clear budget helps track expenses and income, avoiding unnecessary spending. In my own experience, budgeting my monthly schedule expenses ensures that I can allocate money for food and miscellaneous without running out of funds. This shows how a simple plan can make a big difference in managing resources. But sometimes, challenges in budgeting happens because of unexpected situations. For instance, during a school project, sticking to a fixed budget was hard because unexpected costs arose. But by staying focused on our goals and reassessing our priorities, we were able to manage our resources effectively. This taught me the value of flexibility and long-term thinking when dealing with financial plans. Finally, I understood the importance of linking budgets to larger goals. Businesses use tools like SWOT analysis to align their budgets with strategic plans, ensuring they can achieve their goals. Similarly, as a student, we can use budgeting as a strategy for achieving academic success. This lesson has inspired me to treat budgeting not just as a track, but as a skill to prepare for future challenges. Lesson 9: Productivity. Learning about productivity in the workplace has given me a deeper understanding of how it contributes to an organization's success. Productivity is not just about working harder, but working smarter, ensuring that every resource is used efficiently. For example, in a manufacturing setting, improving workflow or reducing unnecessary steps can increase output without adding extra costs. This principle can also be applied in schools or personal projects by managing time and effort wisely. The lesson emphasized the importance of teamwork and technology in boosting productivity. A workplace thrives when employees collaborate effectively and use tools that simplify complex tasks. For instance, in a group project, assigning roles based on strengths and utilizing software for planning can make tasks smoother and quicker. This approach taught me that productivity isn't just an individual effort, but it's a shared responsibility that benefits everyone involved. Lastly, I learned that measuring and improving productivity is an ongoing process. Businesses must set clear goals, monitor progress, and adapt to changes to remain competitive. Similarly, as a student, I need to evaluate my study habits regularly and make improvements, like reducing distractions or focusing on high priority tasks. This has inspired me to prioritize productivity not only for academic success, but also as a skill for my future career. Lesson 10: Efficiency and Effectiveness. Lesson 10: Efficiency and Effectiveness. The efficiency and effectiveness in the workplace are essential for organization's success. Efficiency is about doing tasks in the best possible way with minimal waste of time, effort, or resources, while effectiveness focuses on achieving the desired goals. For instance, in a workplace, a team can be efficient by completing tasks quickly, but if the tasks don't align with the company's objectives, effectiveness is lacking. This lesson made me realize that both efficiency and effectiveness are interconnected. For example, a restaurant might serve meals quickly, which means that they are efficient, but if the food quality or customer service is poor, it won't achieve customer satisfaction, which means that they are ineffective. Similarly, in academic, studying for hours without a clear focus might be efficient in terms of time spent, but it's not effective if it doesn't improve the understanding and knowledge. Lastly, I learned that improving efficiency and effectiveness requires clear communication, proper planning, and regular evaluation. In the workplace, managers must ensure that employees have the right tools and training to perform tasks efficiently while keeping the company's goals in mind. As a student, I can apply these lessons by setting clear objectives for my studies. This approach prepares me to contribute to any organization by balancing both efficiency and effectiveness in my future roles. Lesson 11: Supply Chain Operations. Studying supply chain operations highlights the importance of managing the flow of goods, information, and services through 7 components: planning, information, sourcing, inventory, production, transportation, and return of goods. Planning ensures businesses anticipate demand, while accurate information and reliable sourcing support smooth operations. Inventory management and production help meet customer needs efficiently, while transportation ensures timely delivery. Returns handle defects or surplus, maintaining customer satisfaction. Together, these components create a resilient and efficient supply chain that is crucial for business success. A well-managed supply chain goes beyond cost reduction. It adds at every step. For example, effective sourcing and production coordination minimize delays, while sustainable transportation and return practices enhance reputation and reduce environmental impact. Integrating these elements is vital for adaptability and long-term success. Lesson 12: Sales Performance Monitoring and Labor Cost Computation. Learning about sales terminologies, performance monitoring, and labor cost computation in the hospitality industry highlights how these aspects directly influence operational success. Understanding sales terminologies like gross sales, net sales, and profit margins provides clarity on how businesses measure financial success. These terms serve as a foundation for effective communication within teams and with stakeholders. Performance monitoring taught me the importance of tracking key metrics like sales growth and employee productivity. Tracking key performance indicators like average check and customer satisfaction ensures continuous improvement. It allows managers to identify strengths and weaknesses promptly. Regular monitoring helps identify areas for improvement, ensuring businesses stay on track with their goals. For example, Analyzing performance data can reveal if a team is meeting sales targets or if adjustments are needed. Labor cost computation, on the other hand, emphasizes the importance of balancing employee wages with operational budgets. Efficient labor cost management is critical to maintaining profitability without compromising service quality. This lesson reinforces that hospitality management is not just about providing excellent guest experiences, but also about maintaining a financial sustainable business. Applying these concepts in real-world scenarios demonstrates how operational management contributes to a company's overall success.